So, I don't want to sound gay, but like, I love his haircut in that movie.
It is a really.
I love that haircut. Like, he looks more handsome.
All right, hey, welcome back to Don't Take It Out of Context. We're here at Miguel's place.
Hey.
Okay. Thanks
Wait,
for
did we
putting
start?
me on the spot.
Yes, we started.
We didn't we didn't say anything, Miguel.
Fuck you. No, it's just, hey, welcome. We're at Miguel's place again.
Again.
Again. He never said again.
Yeah, don't put words in my mouth.
Fuck you.
Yeah, it's a storage unit in Utah.
It's not a storage unit in Utah. Why a storage unit in Utah?
I don't know.
I would like
Simon's
to point
place.
out, Miguel, that you're giving out way more information about your place than I am.
Fuck you, Connor.
You marked off one location that it isn't.
Fuck you, Connor.
Yeah,
Connor,
no,
insert
it's
last
in-
name that lives at this certain point.
Actually, it's in Houston, Texas, but there are like 20
Okay.
Mexicans.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
But
all
there are
right.
like
Hell.
there
You
are
just
like
narrowed
20
it
Mexican
down.
members in the other room, crammed in there.
Oh,
What are you talking about?
Okay.
One, you
Anyways.
sold him out, and then you got racist. But anyway, we're here
I'm
talking.
Hispanic. You can't be racist against your own race.
Okay.
That's for a
All
later.
right, that's where we
podcast.
draw the line.
We're gonna say that for the racism podcast.
Oh, spearheaded by Connor Arian Jones.
Oh no, dude. Anyway, we're here talking about Predator. We just got done watching it, and the reason why I wanted us to watch Predator is because it has like a reputation of being like one of the classic action films. Would you agree with that, Steven?
I can see why it's regarded as one of the best action films, or the charismatic and the macho stuff. But God, like, I guess I've been spoiled by modern movies, but the action to me in this movie is kind of tame.
Well, the way I see it, and well, actually, before I get into it, like, so Rodolfo and Miguel, like, was this your first time seeing Predator?
Yes.
Fully, yes.
All right,
I've seen snippets every now and then.
All right, so what'd you think about it? First off,
Typical action movie, so much shooting, no reloading.
that is true. In like an hour and like 43 minutes of almost constant like gunfiring, I can only think of one time where they reload.
It was
I
after
don't
they-
think they reloaded.
Yeah, they reloaded.
No,
No,
they
they reloaded it after like they spread when.
After they demolish a jungle entirely with bullets.
Yeah.
I mean, it had to make way for that Walmart to be built there.
Who wants a
What
Walmart
Walmart?
in Guatemala?
It's not Guatemala, it's Valverde.
No, I thought it was Guatemala because I know that for a
The
fact
actual
when I was
location
reading
probably.
it.
Yeah, the actual location is Guatemala, but the location is in Valverde.
Steven, you're getting so defensive because you're Guatemalan.
I'm not Guatemalan. I'm actually a white guy. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, then.
My name is
Connor
Steven.
thought we
just
were over
made
that
a
bit.
kill himself motion over there.
Yeah, I was like, wow.
I'm kidding. I am Guatemalan, but I don't care about Guatemalans.
Why would you lie to the audience?
Okay.
Steven Lord does not care about Guatemalan people.
Anyways, about Predator.
But yeah, back to so, I mean, this is probably going to be the first installment in a series of movies where I pick Miguel and Rodolfo's brains on action movies from the 80s and 90s, pretty much, and like just see how they think about it. So, I wanted to start with Predator because in many ways it's sort of like the classic Schwarzenegger movie. It has like sort of, I think it sort of has everything that he is known for, pretty much.
Honestly, I didn't even know when I first heard Predator. I didn't even know Arnold Schwarzenegger was in that.
Really?
Honestly, when I heard of things like, oh, dude, there's like RoboCop and
You thought Schwarzenegger was in RoboCop?
no, not like that, but it was like when I
That
heard,
would have been a so much different movie if he was there.
when I heard of Predator, it didn't come to my mind that that's an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. The first thing that comes to my mind it's a movie with Predator in it.
You thought Predator was the main star?
Honestly, yeah.
He should have been.
Honestly,
name.
like, yeah, that is one thing. Like, we've had 3 movies, technically 4 movies with Predator in them. Actually, not 5, technically, because you have the AVP movies. Wait, no. Oh, yeah.
Predator,
Predator
2,
2,
Alien vs. Predator, Alien vs. Predator Requiem, and then we got the
first
Predator,
off.
Predators, and then we got Predator,
Oh,
the
jeez.
Predator coming out.
The
next year.
Predators was the one where they go to that planet.
It's Adrian.
Right?
It's like with Adrian
Brody.
Brody.
I saw that movie.
Oh,
Hey.
yeah.
I vaguely remember seeing that movie like I would say this was like years ago.
Because it was like 2010.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I
7 years ago.
enjoy Predators more than Predator. I'm already saying that right now.
Here's my thing about like, okay, so I think we'll like get to the plot like down the road like on this.
the very little plot there is.
Oh yeah, because Predators had like a stellar plot also.
Hey, you're not wrong.
I mean, but like my whole thing with Predator 1 is like it has action, but what I think you say like it doesn't have enough action, or like it's sort of like standard.
It's simple.
Yeah, it's simple, and I like that. Like, cause we introduce like I don't know. I guess I kind of see your point, but at the same time, it's just sort of like you don't always have to go so overboard with it, which is kind of like my thing with Predators and why I think it's a weaker film, because even though there's 3 Predators, they're still like dispatched like so easily.
Dude, a Yakuza guy fights another Predator with a sword. That's fucking amazing.
Okay, so yeah, so one Predator in this film like kills a bunch of Spec Ops guys, but yet one Yakuza member is able to take on a Predator in a sword fight.
Yeah, but he uses a gun.
No, he doesn't. He uses a sword.
No, I'm talking about the Predator in this movie.
Yeah, because he's a smart hunter. Those other Predators were dumb.
But
rednecks.
here he was mostly in stealth.
And that's why, like,
yeah, which, like,
he barely had much screen time.
Yeah, well,
Till the end.
which I think is good, because like, you know, for people who are first watching this, you're sort of like, oh yeah, what is this thing? I mean, again, it's sort of like you already know what the Predator looks like, so
So-
Because of
Obviously
pop
not a man.
culture.
yeah.
It's like the Josh thing. You don't see it till like around the end.
But I mean, even still with Jaws, like, I wonder what the shark's gonna look like.
God, I need
Big
to finish
fucking shark.
Jaws.
Do you
It's
not
just a
know what
regular
shark
shark.
looks
Yeah.
like?
It's
Are you dumb?
Predator, you can't compare Predator to a shark because you know what a shark
Yes, you
looks
can. They're both predators.
like. Okay. All right.
All right, that's
You
enough.
went there.
All right, so I think we should get into the plot with this. Like, I don't know. I mean, should we get into plot? I mean, if anyone's gonna be listening to this, they've probably already seen Predator.
I think I could describe the plot in a way, because I've never seen Predator.
All right,
before.
let the newbies.
Yeah, let's have the new guy describe the
The
plot.
way I see is that, all right, military guy comes in. Hey, there's some guerrilla Vietnam boys over there killing our men.
Vietnam in the 80s.
And so they go over to investigate, and they're like, hey, these people who were killed by Vietnam people.
They're not, by the way, for those listening, they're not Vietnam. They're in South America. They're in a fictional South American country.
All right, so these
speaking
European
Spanish
people.
also.
Hey, these guerrilla fighters, they don't fight like the usual guerrilla fighters. Huh. Must be guerrilla fighters. Let's go kill them. And then, Predator shows up, and they're like, dude, it's like an alien.
You're like a chameleon.
What do you mean? You mean my boys got killed by a big old lizard? And then the whole movie is just basically hide and seek with the Predator, and the Predator picks people off one by one until it gets to the Iceman from Batman and Robin battles Lizard Boy, and then that's the end.
It's funny.
Wow, I have never heard a worse plot description for a really good action movie.
It's funny. I watched this movie as a kid, and I remember watching it as a fucking grown up. It's like, God, as soon as he starts picking people one off, they'll die pretty much quick. And
Which I kind of like, because it sort of highlights how, sort of desperate the situation becomes. Because I mean, okay, so the movie focuses on a group of they're not army guys, they're like mercenaries, because like they're not part of the army.
I thought they were mainly a rescue.
Yeah, they're like a mercenary force, but like for rescue, I guess,
Yeah.
a paramilitary rescue.
they're the mercenaries with a gold heart.
Pretty much, yeah. Like they make it a point like we don't do assassination missions, and yet they bring like the most destructive weapons I've ever seen. Like they have
A ton of
They have a
bombs.
minigun for a rescue mission.
yeah. It's like
You're being rescued. Stop resisting.
It's like in Rambo 2, where like his mission is like, all right, you're gonna take photos of POWs in Vietnam, and he takes like the biggest weapons you've ever seen.
I think the best description for that would be like that meme where it's like, oh, I saw this girl got lost in this little kid lost in Target, and apparently she's scared of like dinosaurs. So I surrounded her with dinosaurs, and I tried to go find her parents.
But yeah, it's sort of like it is sort of funny how like we're a rescue team, we're not mercenaries, but yet they kill an entire village of Valverde soldiers.
Hey, they were the bad guys. They deserve to die.
I mean, were they really?
You don't know that. So, Rodolfo, now that you've seen the whole movie, what do you think of it as a whole?
A typical old type of movie,
But
action movie.
But I think the reason
You don't find
why,
anything special about it?
I mean, not really for me. No.
but here's my sort of theory on why that is. I mean, it's from this movie where like a bunch of action movies got like things from. I mean, for example, like a guy has a minigun in this movie. Jesse the Body Ventura has his main weapon is a minigun. This is the first example of that in a movie that I can think of. I don't think it really ever happened before this movie.
For me, the first minigun I saw was in Doom, the movie.
Wow.
That was the one with The Rock, right?
Yes, and Carl Urban.
I remember seeing bits of that movie, and I was like,
Were you gonna say that piece of shit?
yeah, I was like, the first thing that came to my mind was everything's like everything's weirdly like piss yellow and super.
I always just remember it being just like super dark, just like blue, and it's like this is not.
Yeah, that's
It's-
the whole movie.
It's like the movie The Rock with Sean Connery and Nick Cage, but not fun.
Well, let's send them all back to hell.
All right, we're derailing.
Oh, yeah,
from
yeah,
Predator
this
to
is-
Doom.
So this mercenary team goes in to rescue what they believed it's like a cabinet minister. That's what they said. Like it's a cabinet minister for some allied government, and they quickly find that someone's lying to them because they find another. They find like a green beret team that's been brutally murdered.
That was sent in before them. to
Yeah, and they don't
do
know.
the so-called.
And they don't know
mission.
anything about this.
Might as well be Team Alpha. Or no,
I-
Team Bravo. I messed that reference up. It was supposed to be a Resident
Wow,
Evil
and you're the
reference.
Resident Evil dude, and you fucked it up.
I'm gonna go kill
Fuck
myself.
you. But yeah, like they find them, and it's like a cannibal movie. They find their skinned bodies like hanging from trees.
Now we open a perfectly chilled Mountain Dew.
Cracking
No.
a cold
Mountain
one
Dew.
with my boy.
Please sponsor us, Mountain Dew original.
No, it's a unspecific soda. It's store brand. Don't worry about
it's
it.
Generic.
Generic.
It's canyon water.
Canyon water. But
Bleach.
But
My
yeah,
favorite
so
drink.
we spent like a good majority of like the first half of this movie following the team as they like track down like the hostages to the village, and it involves this huge gunfight. Like I'm honestly like there's an explosion like at the end of the film that doesn't really seem to do that much damage to the forest, all things considered. And yet, these commandos, they come into this base, and it's like scorched earth by the time they're done with it. And they're like it's like 6 guys, and they just destroy this whole forest area.
Hey, it was in the name of rescuing.
That's why we bought like 8,000 claymores for a rescue mission.
That's
They
why I
had
brought up,
so much fucking claim.
they have so many explosives, they could not physically carry that.
They
that
didn't
much.
have enough room for it. Like they didn't even have like the backpacks or like let's say extra like luggage or to keep stuff in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like-
extra backpacks.
Yeah, like Jesse Ventura is like supposed to be like holding all of their ammunition, but
That's just mainly for the minigun.
yeah, but like it's just so weird because they get Claymore mines out of nowhere, and I don't know how heavy Claymore mines are. I assume they're not light, especially with the amount of ones they're carrying.
I think
What?
it's about 10 to 20 pounds.
I would say that. I mean, by the way, quick like disclaimer: we're experts on none of the shit we're talking about.
Well, I was gonna say it doesn't bother me because to me it's an action movie. You have to be in a certain mindset to watch it, and then like, fucking.
Oh
whatever.
yeah, like I mean, look, we outlined basically a lot of the errors in the movie. Like for example, like the Predator uses heat vision for the girlfriends of guys who are listening to this podcast who haven't seen Predator, I guess. Like the Predator uses heat vision to like hunt the people, but yet like it's only the people who give off colors of like red and yellow and orange, and nothing else. Everything else is blue. In a rainforest, that's not how it works.
You'd at least be able to see some lizards, some kind of wildlife.
Oh yeah, and this is the most devoid of life jungle I've ever
Hey,
seen.
there was
Only
that pig.
one scorpion
There's
and that one pig.
There's one scorpion, one pig, one sloth,
One, like,
one rodent thing, and a snake.
There's a sloth?
Yeah, a sloth, because that's what distracts Jesse Ventura, so the Predator kills him.
Hey man,
And then there's the snake that is there for no reason. Literally, it cuts like Dutch walking around the jungle, like, oh, like where is he? And then just like a snake.
And then it
on a
disappears
branch.
afterwards.
And yeah, like they don't cut to it again. And
I
then,
figured that was because this movie is secretly a message to save the rainforest. So please donate to the rainforest.
oh
charity
yeah,
if you can.
save the rainforest, because if not, the commandos are gonna destroy the
They
fuck out
already
of it.
destroyed most
And
of
Predator
it.
will come and kill you. Like again, like I said, this movie is not realistic. Fucking, it has an alien in it. Like when I think of realistic action movies, I think of like Die Hard and something else like that.
God.
Even though Die Hard, like that's kind of fucking. There are some parts where it's just sort of like, okay, what's going on here?
What is the plot of Die Hard?
We'll get to that.
We're
Oh
talking.
yeah,
Predator,
fuck me,
man.
right?
Yeah, fuck you. We're not talking about Predator. We're talking about Die Hard. We're talking about Predator.
Shake
Make
up
up your
Die Hard.
mind.
Cake hole.
The only thing that makes it seem reasonable for them to have like all this extra ammo is if they looted it from the camp they just raided and destroyed. That's the only thing.
that's
But
the-
again, you don't see much of them carrying backpacks.
I
and
don't.
stuff like
I don't mind the fact that like they have all the stuff. My whole thing is like, look, they can carry it. I know. Let's all talk about this. Everyone in this movie, is at the very least, like shredded, like cut.
Except for
The
maybe
opposite
one
of
or
us.
two.
Like
Was it Poncho?
Poncho, he was like,
Poncho was lean.
He was lean, like he was otter mode.
It was the pussy guy that.
No, Poncho was the pussy.
Poncho was the pussy guy.
Yeah, like,
Poncho
I
was the
can
pussy.
make it.
No,
Yeah.
I'm talking
The one
about
that
the joke guy.
Yeah,
No,
that was
that's
him.
Hawkins. He wasn't the pussy guy.
No, I mean like the.
Oh,
'cause
you
he's
mean, like,
talking
oh,
about.
the guy-
Oh.
Oh yeah, he is the pussy guy, and that he talks about pussy a lot.
Yeah.
He's the one that's like not shredded at the most.
Because he's a writer.
He's a fucking nerd. He's a
Oh,
nerd.
he's
with
also the
He's like-
communications
Yeah.
guy.
By the way, like it makes sense that everyone has like sort of a role. Like Dutch is Arnold Schwarzenegger's the leader. Carl Weathers is Dylan, is like the attaché. He's like the intelligence guy. Billy, the Native
tracker.
American, is the tracker. Which, thank you, 80s. But that's like a big thing. Like in the 80s and 90s, if you were Native American, you had mystic powers.
I mean,
Wow. Okay.
They can turn into wolves and summon thunder and lightning.
Excuse me, what?
You're not wrong.
It's Nightwolf from Mortal Kombat.
Oh, God, I forgot.
This has
all
been
about that.
Steven's obscure
Hey,
reference.
how are you?
Corner.
Hey, how?
Okay, that's enough.
Scary Movie 3.
Oh, okay. Why don't we just watch Peter Pan?
I've never seen Peter Pan. I've seen Pan.
Oh, I remember sleeping through Pan.
I remember we saw Pan and it was just like, wow, this is a piece of shit. But yeah, so
Hugh Jackman shows up in Predator as.
actually, you know what? Like,
Predator versus Pan.
honestly, why hasn't Hugh Jackman been in a Predator movie? That would be great.
dude, we gotta get him on
He
the
has
phone
better
right
things
now.
to do, like Logan.
Hey, Hugh Jackman, we'll hook you up, man.
Oh, technically, Hugh Jackman is a big Fox guy, and then the Predator is Fox, so maybe.
Yeah, so like, I mean,
It could be possible.
and also he's insanely shredded. Like, that's another thing about
If
this.
they replaced Adrian Brody with Hugh Jackman, that would have made more sense.
But that being said, though, Adrian Brody was like insanely cut in that movie.
I don't think I've seen an Adrian
It's-
Brody movie.
No, I don't want to get into this.
But yeah, we can't talk more about movies. Jesus Christ,
This is a podcast about movies. What do you mean we can't talk about movies?
we're talking about Predator.
A movie, not
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah. So yeah, this is another thing about this movie. The physiques of all the guys in this movie are insane. Like, there's like a scene where like Schwarzenegger signals his guys to like stop or like hold up, and he's flexing so hard. Like,
It looks like it's about to burst.
yeah. Or I mean, and of course there's the classic like Predator man like arm wrestling contest, which I mean, it's a black arm and an orange arm, and they're just so vascular and muscular.
Obama and
Is it-
Trump.
Yeah, dude.
Oh.
Oh, hey, let's not get political on this podcast.
The
but-
animals. Chop, chop, chop.
But yeah, so Miguel, what did you think of like the Predator, the creature in general? Because this is like I think one of the more fascinating aspects of the movie.
I honestly, throughout the movie, before they introduced the Predator, I was kind of getting into it. I was like, oh, this is a cool action movie. I know that Predator's going to come in sooner. Like, the moment that, like, the Predator was introduced, I didn't care for anything else at all except I wanted to watch more Predator.
Yeah, because like the Predator is like a really fascinating alien. I think you know there's the great sort of like rivalry between the xenomorph from Aliens and the Predator from this movie. I find the Predator much more of a fascinating alien than the xenomorph.
Like that scene at the end where he's like getting ready to fight Meat Grinder.
Dutch.
And like he's doing that thing where he's unhooking the like arm cannon
because he wants to fight fair.
Yeah, and I'm like, I want to know more about that.
I mean, but that is one thing that I pointed out where it's like, I love how he wants to like fight fair, but it's still not fair because the Predator just like beats his ass in the final fight. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. So the guys like they ethnically cleanse a village of Valverde soldiers, and they
were bad guys.
Were they though?
They were.
Why?
The movie said so.
Gee, wow. So like a true.
I mean, they were gonna go across the border with arms and stuff, like weapons and stuff. Yeah, and that's apparently what what's his face, Dylan was trying to
that
stop.
Son of a bitch.
Which it wasn't really a rescue mission.
Oh yeah, that is another thing. By the way, it is so convoluted. The excuse to get the Marines, or not Marines, but like the Spec Ops team, to the situation so they can fight the Predator, because they have to have a lie to get them there, and then all of a sudden, oh, there's also an alien. Like, by the way, and also here's another thing: what was the Predator doing there?
He was hunting.
Wait, yeah, what, like, were they really there for the Predator though?
No, they weren't there.
They weren't there for the Predator. They were there for the weapons.
Yeah, but like they had to have an excuse just to get them there. And then
which was the hostages.
Yeah.
Well, in order they were doing the hostages.
There were no hostages. It was an intelligence mission. But my whole thing was like, what was the Predator doing? Like they say it comes in the hot months, and they're in a rainforest, so it's kind of always hot, I guess. But what did it like plan to like run into a special like forces team, or was that just luck?
It was just luck.
I think it was just luck.
Destiny, fate.
All right, Deepak Chopra, that guy's name is.
I think he was there because in that area, I feel like there would be hunters there.
Oh yeah, because there was conflict.
Exactly,
I guess.
And then seeing the Spec Ops, he saw him as a challenge.
Oh yeah,
it's like,
because he hunted the original Spec Ops team that was sent in originally before Schwarzenegger's team. Yeah, finally you got the reference right. Hey, do you think you can go back and edit so we can get the reference right the first time?
That's too much work. Fuck yous, okay?
So after the big fight, the Predator slowly picks off the Marines one by one. I'm just gonna call them Marines. I don't fucking care anymore, man.
You're gonna get some
Space Marines.
Oh, we'll get to Space Marines when we talk about aliens, but
we got to watch Alien and then Aliens.
Oh god, now I want to watch Alien.
You gotta watch Alien and then Aliens. You can't just watch Aliens. Well, actually, technically you can, but I prefer you watch Alien first and then Aliens.
Thank you.
Welcome to the Aliens podcast.
that would be nice, but we're gonna
fuck Alien.
Okay. All right. No.
Okay.
You were saying, Connor?
So the Predator basically picks off the Spec Ops team one by one, starting with the nerdy dude, the guy who reads comic books and tells bad pussy jokes. Wait, like,
can we not say pussy? Can we say vagina?
I mean, he says.
That's his line. Butt of all the
like,
jokes.
Here's like, what's one of the jokes he says? Like,
hey, I said
to my girlfriend, I'd like a little pussy. She said, me too. Mine's as big as a house. Which I'll say this.
What's the joke?
I guess it's sort of like a double meaning where it's like, I'd like a little pussy. Like, hey, can I have some sex? And she's like, oh yeah, I'd like a little pussy too because mine's so big. I guess.
But he just comes out of nowhere with it.
Yeah, it's this weird running gag with Shane Black's character.
It's only two jokes.
What still?
Which the second one is my favorite, where he's like, "Hey, it's a little big down here."
Hey, you got a big pussy.
No, it's what it says. Geez, you got a big pussy. Geez, you got a big pussy. Why'd you say it twice? I didn't.
Get it?
And that made the Native American dude laugh.
Yeah, and for some reason, that's what makes the Native American dude laugh. Oh, that and the other homophobic joke in the helicopter.
Well, this one really.
Oh yeah, no, there's like. Yeah,
to the point where the Predator even recorded his voice.
Oh yeah,
to use against them later on.
Which that's a great feature that the Predator has. Like he mimics voices to like fool people. Like I think that's awesome.
That's what I like at
Hunter,
the end,
yes.
where like he sets the bomb and then he just starts doing the laugh by one of the other guys.
But the laugh slowly turns into like as if it was his own laugh.
Mimic, yeah, which is great. Like that's one of these things where like. I feel like now there's a trend in Alien and like science fiction movies to make aliens as non-human as possible. Like with Arrival, like they're
District 9.
Well, District 9, they were humanoid. They were prawns, but like they still like. I mean,
They still had like
and,
human-like
eyes,
features.
I think
like,
it was
their eyes
because
were
of
the most important part.
I think it was because of Starship Troopers, where it's like we gotta start making all these aliens like bug-like.
But I don't think that though. You know what I think it was Independence Day that really started that.
What is Independence Day
It's a
about?
fucking
We'll get
stupid
that-
movie.
we'll
I
get to that
fucking
later.
hate that film.
God damn! I'm trying to talk about Predator. You want me to go like, what's this movie?
I'm sorry, I don't see movies.
I fucking hate Independence Day. I wish that movie burned in a fire.
We're gonna talk about Independence Day one of these days.
No, but like
Probably on Independence Day. That'd be fun.
I don't want to watch
Why?
it.
Because I mean, look, it was not a good movie, but it was a very important movie in terms of how movies are
People
made
at
now.
the time said it was the next Star Wars. No, it wasn't.
Steven's like over here crying his eyes out.
Steven's sweating blood.
Steven's the most non-religious guy I know. He's praying.
He's praying to the only God he knows.
His veins
No,
are
but, like,
popping out right now.
What I love about Predator is that he is a unique alien. Like, you can have a shitty movie as long as the alien's unique. I'll fucking love it. I mean, not to say this movie's shitty, but another movie I love with unique aliens is fucking Attack the Block, which I love, and the aliens are
Attack
so
the
unique
Block.
in that.
Yeah, I mean, with this movie, like we already have like a movie that. Well, actually, I don't know because do you guys want to know like what the original Predator was?
What?
It was gonna be Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Really?
Yeah, he was like going. This was like before he got big, like before Bloodsport, and
Never seen Bloodsport.
oh, we'll get to that movie because
Again,
it's
another
like,
one we're gonna get to.
It's the best Street Fighter movie ever made.
I never seen Bloodsport either.
Oh, are you sure you're not talking about Street Fighter 2: The Legend
Legend
of
of
Chun-Li?
No, I'm not. But
Of course.
that's Street Fighter 1.
I know.
God,
Leave me alone.
To
No.
me, this will be a regular Wednesday.
it's not the line, but.
Fuck you.
But yeah, so like, so Jean-Claude Van Damme was originally supposed to be the Predator in this movie, but a big problem was that a big problem was that he was like a reptile. He wasn't like a humanoid dreadlock guy.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, and also the fact that what doesn't help is that JCVD is very short, like compared to all of these guys. He doesn't like hold a candle to them. So they replaced him with a giant Kevin Peter Hall. Yeah, I think that's his name. Who I think does a great job as the Predator. Like you don't really see him on screen for a long time, but he definitely has a presence in there that I think you can't really ignore. Like the way he moves and stuff.
Kevin Peter Hall.
Yeah. Thank you.
Fuck you.
So Miguel Rodolfo, like since you get, I want to peel back your brain, like see what you think about this movie. So which I guess is why I should stop talking. But
Yeah, serial killer.
serial killer.
I want to peel back your brain.
Yeah, I guess it's sort of weird.
You having fun there, Steven?
I was putting my phone on vibrate.
Were you?
Huh?
Were you?
It was on silent because I never mind. Go on.
I just put mine on vibrate because I didn't want fucking Macho Man just yelling in this.
Oh yeah, mine's already on vibrate because I'm a professional. But go ahead.
Okay, fuck you, Connor. Ask your goddamn question.
I mean, so like, this was in 1987, I think. God damn it! Like, see, you don't have to like look up everything.
I'm checking the time.
Okay, good. But yeah, this was like 1987, so action like there was like 80s action movies before this, but I mean this is sort of like a seminal one. Like why do you think that is? Like having watched it, why do you think this is sort of like considered one of the better action movies from this decade?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, he definitely. I mean, look, say what you want about Arnold Schwarzenegger in this movie, because Schwarzenegger's never been that great an actor, and even in someone's in this, his reading is off, like the meat grinder line.
You sent us all in here into a meat grinder.
That's like not too far off from what he
That
said.
sounded like a line from Family Guy, like Sex MacFarlane doing like a foreign voice.
I mean, honestly, it's basically the typical action movie with soldiers. That's
but
gonna
also
give
just
some
have like an
idea.
alien, like a cool ass alien in it.
Add a little twist in it. That's it.
I mean, a little twist. I wouldn't say a little twist. It's sort of like the main aspect of the movie that there's an alien hunting them.
It's a little detail.
I mean, like.
But will the world know that there was an alien there?
Me and Steven sort of talked about references when we were watching the movie. Like, the idea from this movie came about as a joke. It was like two brother directors who were joking around saying, "Well, Sylvester Stallone as Rocky and Rambo has fought everybody. So like, what else? What other Rambo movie can they do? Oh yeah, they'll have him fight an alien." And then they actually thought, "Oh hey, there's actually something to that idea." So they got together and they wrote a movie where originally it was just going to be one guy against an alien in a jungle, but when they got Schwarzenegger in it, because Schwarzenegger has a huge ass ego, he has to surround himself with like other equally jacked guys. So like when they die, like I will be the most badass one.
Blah.
Thank you. But yeah, so like one thing that I think what really makes this movie work is the soldiers and their chemistry, because they do kind of have this good chemistry between them. They're all sort of like macho
the brother
dudes.
in arms.
Yeah. Although there is one thing that I just like don't make sense. But like before I get to that, like who are some people that stood out to you in the group? 'Cause I have some people who stand out to me that I always remember.
For me, it was sexual Tyrannosaurus guy.
Jesse Ventura.
Yeah, I love him. Him and Billy. They're my favorites.
It's funny you mention Jesse Ventura's character because he has a friendship with Bill Duke's character Mac. And I think that's so fucking weird. It's so weird that they're the best friends because, like, yeah, like, the line that most associates with Jesse Ventura in this movie is, "I'm a goddamn sexual Tyrannosaurus," and Mac is the most quiet dude there who's rude to everybody. He threatens to kill a guy at one point, and like
Giving away the position.
yeah, and then when Jesse Ventura dies, Mac's like, "He was my friend."
But to me, it doesn't seem that off that the one that talks the most is friends with the one that's also quiet because of the opposites.
I guess, but it also just seems like Mac has like the worst attitude. Like and like these two guys both have like the worst attitudes. Like Jesse Ventura's a homophobic like alpha male, and Mac's a budding psychopath.
Oh yeah, cause wasn't it like
Yeah,
wasn't it was the you give away my cover, you give away the cover, I'll
I don't care
fucking,
who you
like,
want back in the
skin
world.
you alive.
Yeah, like he
And then-
threatens to cut a guy's throat.
And then this next scene later, he's like, "Hey, come over here," and he pulls out a knife just to get the scorpion.
In order to get a bug off of this guy's shoulder, he takes a knife and like pokes it into his shoulder. It looks like he's gonna kill him.
It literally looks like he stabs it, which he did.
He
did
does-
stab it, but he stabbed the scorpion.
Yeah, and also it also just means like even when he's trying to help him, he's just like talks so quietly. He's like, "Anytime." Like that guy's a murderer in real life.
Don't kill me.
He's going to like he's. This is probably gonna get like tutored. He's gonna be like one of those like military guys who goes back home and just like blows his brains out.
Okay.
Oh, Connie.
I mean, he
yeah.
could have, if he survived the attack, he would have been like, told distraught over his friend dying
But yeah, like
by an alien.
Mac is one of the guys who stands out to me because he goes insane in this movie. There's like a scene where he's singing a song to himself while chasing the predator, and
Yeah.
that's a weird ass scene.
And he's basically talking to his dead friend, saying, "Oh, dude, yeah, when I kill him, I'm gonna carve his name into his skin."
Yeah, again, like budding serial killer like traits.
Very good, thank you, Steven.
Steven just offered to
Steven's
get
trying
us
to
drink.
get us some libations for the
Some
podcast.
Mountain Dew.
Do you want to just
Sponsored
shut the
by
fuck
Mountain
up
Dew.
with those big words?
With those $5 words. Another one who stands out to me is yeah, again, like Billy. Like Billy stands out to me, but why does he stand out to you, Miguel?
Honestly, the way I saw it was that it was just that throughout the whole situation, everyone's like, "Yeah, we did it. Hey, we ethnically cleansed the whole country," and Billy's the only one like, Yeah, hey, there's like something more going on. He's like he's calm and collective at the same time. He knows that something big's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's funny you mentioned that because he is like super calm and collected, but he's basically shitting himself because he like knows the predator's out there. Like, what's the line? It's like, there's something out there. It ain't no man. And
What are you
like,
talking about, man? You ain't scared of no man.
man.
There's something
Yeah,
out there. It ain't no man.
man.
We're all gonna die.
Yeah, that's my favorite part. Like, we're all gonna die.
One of my favorite lines was like Mac was referencing to the fact that Bailey was like, hey, man, he's been acting squirrely all morning. It's like he looks calm and collected. What are you talking about? But I guess in their brain they know how he usually is. It's like even though he looks calm and collected, they can tell.
Oh, he didn't look calm and collected. He was like
looking
he was like
everywhere.
scanning at the force, being like, "What the fuck?"
You could tell he was nervous because he was
His Native
scratching his
American-
necklace,
his-
whatever
yeah.
that was.
Yeah, his
he was
Native
just
American
like
powers
rubbing
were his talisman.
He was like rubbing himself like. Dude,
Hey,
I know
look! Don't get
something
mad
going
at me. Like, this is the movie that casts like the only Native American guys like. They were shooting in all directions.
They came from the moon of the corn.
And he was
Wow.
He could literally
And apparently
tell
he
like
was
what
crazy
went
on
on
set.
just by touching the ground and the leaves
Yeah, I
around.
was like, I know there are some like badass trackers and like the Rangers and stuff like that, but
None of them are-
He basically picks up a leaf and a rock and be like, 6-minute U.S. Army boots. Travel to the north and then follow back the guerrillas.
Well,
Like,
it's,
what the fuck?
It's like there's blood on the floor. He like picks it up. He like sniffs. He's like, the soul of the wolf has been here before. 6 army men has gone to the northeast.
He's like Legolas from Lord of the Rings. A red sun rises. Blood has been spilled this day.
he's pulling some Hannibal and Misty Knight shit.
Excuse me.
In Hannibal, Hugh Dancy's character like can visualize what
Missy
happened.
Knight or like fucking Luke Cage.
Because she does the same thing.
I blocked out Luke Cage.
Yeah, but she does the same thing, and that's why I even texted you. They're ripping off Hannibal.
But yeah, so like but like the thing that really stick out is that his death in the movie is so like unintentionally funny to me.
It's like you don't even see him dying. All you just hear is him cutting himself at first, like a tribal type of thing.
Well, no, so-
and screaming,
so
and then
like-
you just hear him dying.
so-
That's it.
So what happens is the Predators basically killed like most of the guys, and at this point they're not even trying to fight; they're just trying to escape. But Billy, who again has gone insane, he just makes a suicidal last stand on a big log bridge sort of thing. Thank God that was there. I don't know how else they were gonna get out of there, but they go down, and Billy just stands there. Weirdly cuts his pec.
Like where his heart would be.
I
basically.
guess, like, why do I think that, like, John McTiernan, whoever directed this, was like, yeah, it's like what Native Americans do. Like, some racist, like, idea.
There's like an alternate cut where he's just scalping himself, and he's like, I'm
oh
ready.
Oh my god. I bet you there was a draft where, like, something like that happened, where he did, like, some super offensive shit.
To me, that was sort of anticlimactic because I kind of expected him to at least do kind of like
Put
a
up
last
a
stand,
fight.
put up a good fight.
But again, I
because he
think
was the
that's-
most scared. He knew something was there. Then he's like, you know what, fuck it,
But-
I'm gonna face this fear and just go.
But
for
yeah,
it.
it's like, he makes his pose, like, I'm gonna face this man to man, and then you don't even hear him, but, like, a few seconds later, he's like,
Oh,
he
no.
instantly dies.
The Predator
Basically,
killed
everyone else, you
everybody.
can kind of see how they died, or at least more or less afterwards. But him, you just hear the scream, and that's it. They don't go back.
Which,
to
yeah,
him.
like, let's run down some of the deaths, because I do think there are some, like, pretty, like, not, like, necessarily, like, okay, this is gonna sound like I'm bashing the field. They're cool deaths, but, like, there's stuff that's, like, familiar. Like, I mean, when Jesse the Body Ventura dies, I never remembered that when they show his body, his rib cage is blown out. Like, I just thought it was like a bloody hole. I don't remember like ribs poking out. That was a great deal. And that so it's like, however, the death that we all kind of like universally bashed was Mac's death, because there's a
Yes.
bunch of continuity flubs in that scene.
Like
So
it's like
I
a
think
little
let's-
three.
So yeah, let's run this scene down. So the Predator's main weapon is a plasma like shoulder cannon, kind of like basically, and it's targeting like this red laser target is like 3 dots in like a triangle. what bugged me about this, even when I was a kid, is bugged the shit out of me. He sees the 3 like dots on his arm when he's sneaking around, and he's like, "What? He's like, dude, if I said I'd fucking run."
I'm pretty sure they had laser sights back then. At least some kind of like something.
I'm pretty sure they did too.
Yeah, and it's like, dude, this is a gun or something like that.
Again, we're barely even experts on this film that we just watched, let alone like military weapons.
Just the way he looks under it shows directly on his forehead that he got shot there, and then it shows like this big explosion of blood.
Like it's
like just a wave of blood,
almost cartoonish amounts of blood. I would say.
Like his head should be gone.
And then when Dylan saw him, his head was still intact, no point of entry, nothing like that. And it's like, you could have just at least had a fucked up version of like a dummy or something.
Or maybe like not even show the face.
Yeah, not even like show the feet, like the waist down,
or Dylan's reaction.
Yeah, like that would be something. But even still, like. That was cool in the sense that, like, again, this is another thing I like about 80s action movies, that they use the whole buffalo. Like, they don't leave nothing wasted. Like, they show there's a prolonged scene after the first firefight with the guerrillas, the communist guerrillas, where just Predator's, like, just repeating back phrases he heard from the soldiers. And you're wondering, like, well, why is this scene here? Oh, because it will come back later that he uses that to trick them, which I think is very cool. But again, Mac's death, no point of entry, a huge amount of blood, no real trace of it, and then yet when you see his skull, there's like a neat little hole.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like, if it was a type of shot like that, like, again, we're no experts.
Yeah,
but I'm pretty sure part of the skull would have been missing.
I don't know what you, I've only fired like a BB rifle.
I fired a BB gun too, and a paintball gun.
I'd love to fire a paintball gun. We should go paintballing.
One thing I gotta say, I didn't care for any of the characters. I really don't.
Oh, I disagree. I think it's sort of like the thing with like the Space Marines and Aliens. I'm assuming if people are listening to this Predator podcast,
I cared about those characters, but when I watched this movie, I didn't care about anybody.
Oh, I see. Again, I just disagree because, like, I mean, Schwarzenegger, he carries the screen. Like, say what you want about his acting, but he's a
I like Arnold Schwarzenegger, but I'm not like
You don't care about his character.
I don't.
You're not that attached.
I guess, in that way, I don't really care about his character. One, because you kind of know what's gonna happen. Like, Schwarzenegger's gonna be the only one who survives, and sure enough, he is. Except for the girl. Like, the girl survives. Which, by the way, this movie flunked the Bechdel test, with like a bunch of movies did.
Oh yeah. Yeah, totally.
They flunked the what?
The Bechdel test. It's a test where like you have at least two female characters in a movie, and they don't have to like be prostitutes or they need to have a conversation where somebody is not a man. That's one of the tenets of the Bechdel test.
I never heard of this test.
Yeah, you chauvinist pig.
Going back to caring about the characters, honestly, the most I ever cared about the team was just, okay, I wonder what they're gonna do. And then as soon as Predator showed up, I didn't care about them anymore. I wanted Predator to win.
Yeah, like
I want people to die.
I never. Okay.
And you did.
Okay, Mac. But like, that is one thing that even as a kid, I will agree with you. I just want a Predator movie, like, except with like at least with this, like. I don't want to touch on like AVP in the Alien vs. Predator series too much because like it's not that good, not worth talking about. But one thing that like I at least one thing that I both liked and hated about that movie was the Predators got to be like heroes in that movie, like good guys fighting the aliens, but you still had to fucking sit with the humans, and they weren't even like cool humans like Sigourney Weaver or the Space Marines. It was regular ass humans who couldn't do anything.
Yeah, except the one black chick who ended up.
But even then, she didn't do anything.
No.
Was Alien vs. Predator the one where they like go to Earth and there's like
there's a Mayan pyramid in the Arctic?
Yeah, and it's
an
like
upside down pyramid in the Arctic.
Isn't there a scene where like they go to New York or something and there's like this big like event that's going down in like the sewers?
That's Alien vs. Predator Requiem.
Okay. Requiem. I'm sorry. I remember vaguely seeing that.
Yeah, and also, like, you really don't need to see that movie.
It has some cool ideas, like the Predator or Alien hybrid.
been done before. Like that wasn't an original idea.
Where has the alien predator hybrid been done before?
Comics. I
I
guarantee.
didn't read the comics.
I don't give a fuck.
Ah!
I don't give a fuck what you do.
Why should he give a fuck about your opinion?
I don't give a fuck what you think, Steven.
Oh, so you're saying the human-alien hybrid in Alien Resurrection is better than the one in...
Which, by the way, that's what pisses me off about that Alien Resurrection. Okay, by the way,
Mini rant.
mini rant about Alien Resurrection, the worst piece of shit Joss Whedon ever did.
It wasn't his fault, it was the studio's fault.
I don't care.
Just like David Fincher and Alien 3.
Hey, did I say I care? I didn't. But, like, in Alien Resurrection, they make a big deal about, like, oh, wow, this alien is a hybrid of human and xenomorph. Motherfucker, that's every alien you ever see in a movie. Every alien is a hybrid of its original host. A predator alien is a hybrid between an alien and a predator. A regular xenomorph drone is a hybrid of a human and a predator. The dog alien is a hybrid between a dog and an alien. Like, what the fuck? It's just, like, this isn't hard. All right, mini ran over.
But it had feelings.
I
And
don't-
it made faces.
Who cares?
I only see pieces of Alien Resurrection. I've never seen the whole movie.
The only cool thing about the movie is Ron Perlman. I do too, but yeah. So like, I really like Predator, but and this is a controversial opinion. I think Predator 2 is a much superior film to this. More action, more likable character. Like, not that the characters in the movie are unlikable, but like they have more going on and you like care about them. That's why I honestly can't wait to show you guys Predator 2 because it's my favorite movie of the all 2 movie series.
It's gonna
Well,
have to
Predators!
Well, yeah, soon to be 3, which yeah, like, so Steven, so like you've been keeping track on this. I guess we'll sort of like close out this Predator discussion with like a discussion on like the new
the
Predator
upcoming
movie.
one. But before we do that, we should give a rating out of 10.
Wait, there's another Predators movie coming?
Yeah,
out?
Yeah, The Predator. It comes out
directed
next
by Hawkins from this movie.
Oh, cool.
Hey, it's pretty good.
Yeah, but okay, so yeah, let's do what Steven. Let's give it a rating. I'm gonna give it a J rating.
Excuse me?
you?
Just-
You said out of 10.
No, I give my own racism. I rate this.
Okay, yeah, fuck
I rate
everybody
this.
else.
I rate this movie a J for just watch it, stupid.
All right.
All right, okay.
Fuck you.
Go on.
Are you calling the audience stupid?
Yeah.
You heard it here first, folks.
Hashtag destroy Jones.
Dude, what's your rating?
7 out of 10.
Same.
Yeah, 7 out of 10 for me.
And
It's
for
mainly
me,
mainly.
J plus. Just watch it, stupid.
Okay, yeah, you said that already.
One trick pony.
Mainly for me, it's 7 out of 10 because, of course, it's an older movie. There are things that like catch my eye. I'm like, oh, that's not how it's supposed to be. Like the ending, like the whole place is blown up.
Oh yeah, there's like
Yeah,
a mini nuclear explosion and Schwarzenegger survives.
He survives it, and yet they know perfectly where to find him.
I mean, with that whole thing, I'm just like sort of like it's the end of the movie.
Like if anything, just like it would have like kind of like filled in the gaps for me. It was just like just hold a flare. That's it. That's all you need to do, and they'll
with
probably
that,
see
with
you.
that, I'm just sort of saying we're like that. I'm sort of like the movie's over at that point. It's fine.
I
I already went for the ride. I bought the ticket. I ride the ride. I'm done. I'm good.
With me, one issue I kind of had that made it a 7 out of 10 was kind of like the scene where they're ethnically cleansing and the scene where they're
They're not like they're not basically ethnically cleansing, but like my god, like they wipe the fuck out of this like village.
that scene along with them making room for the new Walmart by like blowing down all those trees. To me, it just seemed like it went on a tad bit too long. It went on a tad bit too long. The main cast, besides Predator, was not that likable, and I wanted more Predator.
Why is that they weren't likable? Do you think?
To me, it just gave me the sense like, oh, it's just these whole bunch of super macho boys just having a fun time.
But see, that's kind of why I like it. Kind of like that's why I like it because in a lot of action movies nowadays, and not even like action. Like, okay, like take Sicario. Did anyone see Sicario? I know it's not necessarily an action movie, but like one problem that I have with Sicario is that everything's so joyless about that movie.
Hey, that's because that's how life is.
Yeah.
All right, pessimistic Steven.
But yeah, it's just like, but no, like that's an example because like Sakara's a good movie.
It's not an action movie. People who
I know, but let me fucking finish.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sicario is a good movie, and yes, it's not an action movie, but like the sequences in that movie are just so joyless, and that's sort of the thing with like either action movies nowadays are nothing. It has any stakes to it, and like people just like London Has Fallen. I don't know if any of you seen that movie. Like I like that movie. I suggest it as like a dumb action movie, but like it's just so cartoonishly over the top. Or you have a movie where there's no joy in anything, like in action scenes. But with this movie, with Predator, I think there's like a perfect blend of like fun action, but also like there's some stakes involved here.
Yeah, I see your point. I still give it a 7 out of 10.
7 out of
I
10.
wanted
7
more
out of 10.
Predator.
I don't care any of his characters.
Kind of wanted to see what they were gonna do with the information they found at that hut.
Again, that's just sort of like
I know.
That's
The
like
small
that's
things
the
for
wrong,
me.
That's like
You lied
Because for
to
me,
us.
like he's like, dude, oh my god, dude, this
just
is
rummaging
what's gonna
through, like, a bunch of
This is
By the
what
way-
we've been looking for, and then he's like, oh, were you looking for this? Like, oh, let me see, and then he just shoves them against the wall.
You lied to us.
Yo, by the way, like there's like millions of papers like strewn on the
Like,
ground.
he wasn't
how
even
can
looking-
the fuck can you like figure out what these say?
Yeah,
Like,
because
aren't
he literally grabbed that, like, it looked like a map. It's like, oh my god, we've been looking for these everywhere, and he just picks random shit off the floor, and it's like, dude, we'd hit the mother load. It's like, that's
What load?
You didn't even
Load
look
just
at it.
blank
all
pieces
that
of paper?
properly.
It's kind of like the Death Star plans in like A New Hope and basically Rogue One. Also, like it truly doesn't matter what the plans are. It's just to move the story forward.
Or Cortana in Halo Reach.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, Steven.
But okay, so yeah, we're gonna get to Predator 2 eventually, and I can't wait for you guys to see that movie because I think you will like it.
Eventually, quotation mark.
But yeah, so there's a new Predator movie coming out in 2018,
Yeah, next year, August.
called The Predator. It's The Predator.
Yes.
So Steven, like describe to us because you've been keeping track on it more than we have.
Well, even I looked it up right now, and from details, it's still like a lot of the stuff is not revealed yet. They're keeping it like hidden, which I kind of like.
Yeah.
All I know is the cast. They're like young millennials type of people. Like you even have fucking
Millennials?
Would you like to repeat that?
you know what I mean? Young people.
Millennials.
And when compared to the original cast from Predator, it's like you have all these like hipster looking people. Like you have the dude from Key and Peele, the skinny one.
Key.
Yeah, and you got the hillbilly guy who was in Logan, who was the commander.
Boyd Holbrook.
And then you got the Shane Black. He likes to use his kid. He was in Iron Man 3.
But here's one thing that
Jacob Tremblay, I think his name is.
One thing I'll say about this and about that disconnect between like the people like I like that though. Like, I like that it sort of changed with the times. Like it's sort of the thing like I don't think Schwarzenegger would have been like a big star if he was brought up in this era. I don't think he would.
Like a big comparison basically is like when you went from Gears of War, the trilogy with these big buff dudes, and then you cut to the new Gears of War game where it's their kids and they're all skinny and they're all wearing beanies and having the hipster haircuts.
I guess.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what the new Gears of War 4 is like.
Ew.
So yeah, that's what we compare that. And what makes this one interesting is it's gonna take place in the suburbs.
Which that's kind of like why I like Predator 2 because rather than being in a jungle that's in Los Angeles, like the urban jungle.
Oh yeah.
And
he fights Danny Glover, right?
Yeah, he was too old for this shit.
But yeah, I think that's all our thoughts on Predator, and we talked about the Predator coming out, which I'm excited for.
Yeah, I'm excited for.
I hope they're really sticking with this one, so then we get more Predator movies.
Yeah, because I want more Predators because there's untapped potential in the Predator film series. I think.
I hope they stick it with Alien Covenant because I want more Alien movies.
Yeah, but like if they're gonna have like more Alien and Predator movies,
don't give it to Wes Anderson.
don't give it to a guy who actually like knows what he's doing, like a good director, and also just like have the humans be space marines. Like why was that not the original plan? But yeah, like so
because Alien vs Predator took in modern times.
But like,
instead
but
of the
we'll
future.
we'll save that if we ever do get to AVP, which will probably just be a 1 hour rant by me about it. So, any final thoughts from you guys?
Not really.
It's okay.
It's alright movie.
You know what's okay? Yep, and
Fuck you, Connor. fucking distracted my train of thought. I don't know. Just Predator seems pretty cool. I'd like to see more of him, and his dreadlocks are pretty okay.
When I was a kid, I thought he was Jamaican.
Yeah, because of the dreadlocks.
In Predator 2, he fights a bunch of Jamaicans.
Hey!
Really?
Yeah.
Hey.
Jamaican voodoo gang.
Love, man.
And Colombian drug dealers.
Chip would not like that.
Hey, there's a bunch of chips though. Anyways, thank you for sticking with us again on our
Thank you
second
for listening
episode
to us,
on Don't Take It Out of Context.
our schizophrenic discussion on Predator.
I hope you enjoyed it, and leave a like if you did. Like a thumbs down.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Smash that motherfucking subscribe button.
Yeah, give us any more constructive criticism if you have. Thank
All
you.
right, see you, shitheads.
Yeah, okay, alright, asshole.
Bye.
Love you guys.